To Morning Crossfire, and it's officially time for us to go on Budeshi, which is a program that comes to you every other Friday, courtesy of the Public-Private Development Center. Yes, PPDC. They bring to you different initiatives, what they're working on, and of course, we try to probe issues we regard, public procurement, accountability, and so on and so forth. There is also another arm to it, and that is the Homevida bit. Now, this month, Homevida will be celebrating its 10th edition, which is a decade of addressing social issues, discovering creative talents, and promoting positive values through film. We're super excited alongside the PPDC to share all the works that they have put to ensure positive messaging into the film industry. And to discuss this with us in the studio is Nnenna Eze, Homevida and Communication Officer at the PPDC. Welcome, Nnenna.
Thank you, Swat.
And also Samuel Umejiaku, the Homevida Partnership Manager, is here with us. Good morning, Samuel. All right, so before we start, why don't you tell the listeners who are not aware of what Homevida, what that is all about?
Homevida is, like you mentioned earlier, an initiative of the Public and Private Development Center. And what we do in Homevida is we try to encourage filmmakers, both the young and the veterans in Nollywood, to try and make more films that talk about social issues like good governance, transparency, cyberbullying, sexual abuse and rape, digital economy, and so on and so forth. So that's what we do. We always try to every year we put out we run a competition every year. Yeah, so this year we did a competition on skit and spoken words and also short scripts. And our theme for this year was on rape and sexual abuse, because we saw that the issue of rape and sexual abuse has been a huge topic in Nigeria. I wanted to see how we could use film, to educate people and raise more awareness on the issue. So that is what Homevida does in a nutshell. We encourage young filmmakers and the veterans also to make films that talk about social issues, just to raise awareness.
So Homevida sounds really exciting. It also sounds like a place where you could put in a lot of opportunities to maybe correct society, abnormalities, to put in norms and help people understand what values are the likes of them. This is the 10th year you've been doing this. I can imagine what 2019 is all about.
For this year's event, we've used, like she said, it's all about sexual harassment and rape. But over the years, we've also used the same medium to also educate citizens on other societal ills. One of them being one of our short film, the Enito short film, which talks about dyslexia, is educating people on when you see a child, maybe struggling with his or her academic career, you might want to look deeper to find out that person might not really be dumb like we term it here. In Nigeria, sometimes you look at them and be like, okay, this one does not get what we're talking about. If you dig deep, you might actually find out that he or she might have maybe one or two medical challenges that you might want to maybe switch their learning method, which might suit their
peculiarities.
Exactly. So, and we've also done short films in the area of corruption, also citizen participation in governance as well. We've done one a short film called To Serve With All Our Strength, where we actually highlight the power of the citizens. When you take up a space, when you take up an issue and promote it, and own it and say, okay, on this issue, I'm going to play my own part. We don't have to leave everything to government to do. We also have our own part to play, which is actually holding government accountable. But if all of us sit down back there and say, hey, is their thing, that's where I think that's where we get where we are right now. So we try to in that film we try to highlight the power of the citizens when they use the any tool that is available to them. In that short film, we highlight the power of the social media. Somebody using his phone to record some abnormalities going on in that short film. It was about the youth service members, the youth corps members. So and we've cut across education, health, security as well. So we've promoted all these films, and they're actually on social media. They're actually on YouTube for free. People go there to watch it and drop their comments there.
Yeah, so looking through the years, you guys have highlighted a number of issues that have gone a long way at sending the right messages or trying to correct some sort of impression or existing cultures in society that are not acceptable, and changing the perception of people so that we get it right. It's quite encouraging to know that this is what you've done. But let's talk about young people with regards to filmmaking and all that you do in Homevida. What role do young filmmakers have to play in all of this? I mean, are we peculiar about young people in Homevida, or it just encompasses everyone else?
It's not just peculiar to young people. We also have the one that targets to veteran filmmakers.
Yeah, so looking through the years, you guys have highlighted a number of issues that has gone a long way at sending the right messages or trying to correct some sort of impression or existing cultures in society that are not acceptable, and changing the perception of people so that we get it right. It's quite encouraging to know that this is what you've done. But let's talk about young people with regards to filmmaking and all that you do in Homevida. What role do young filmmakers have to play in all of this? I mean, are we peculiar about young people in Homevida, or it just encompasses everyone else?
It's not just peculiar to young people. We also have the one that targets to veteran filmmakers. But our main focus is actually the youth. Young people, usually between 18 to 35 years. So that's our target. It's all about youth empowerment. Okay, and over the years we've been able to provide training opportunities for them, bringing the veterans, those people you normally see on TV and you'll be like, oh, I want to be like that person. So we always provide that opportunity for that mentorship, in the area of training, in the area of also providing financial assistance. So as a scriptwriter, as a storyteller, if you send in your script and you are being shortlisted, this time around not winning, but if your script is being shortlisted, we do send them for a training, where they network with other like minds, and they also bring those veteran filmmakers, like seasoned filmmakers in the industry, to come and mentor them in this art. Then after that, if you're now amongst the winners, we're not going to empower you with the cash prize, and also produce your short script into a short film, which they always go ahead to reference, whenever they are submitting their CVs, or whenever they are promoting anything. They'll be like, oh, Homevida gave me that first boost, or like, this is something I've been able to do for myself. So it's all about youth empowerment, and over the years we've been able to train a whole lot of young people in this film industry too. And right now, a lot of them are out there, doing something great, because we understand the power that they have. Everybody has access to film, everybody can tell story, so what we encourage them to do is use this your power to at least tell something that is going to affect the next generation, that is also going to change this particular one we are in now, and make it positive.
So if I get you right, it's not sustain them in the art and act of filmmaking to pass positive vibes into the society. Right?
Exactly, because over the years, over the years, people have been everything they do is they will tell you, most of the films that are being produced before now, it used to be maybe all the juju thing, or the exactly,
yes. But it's fast changing.
Exactly. So that's actually what Homevida is doing. Telling them you have the power to actually change this narrative. You have the power to encourage the young ones, the society, to redirect them in the area they are thinking. Because at the time, people couldn't travel again because of maybe the bad. If you see a lot of things or some things on the news, you start thinking, oh, so every Nigerians they are diabolical, that kind of thing. So and they started affecting our perception even in the global space. If you go out there, everybody thinks you are. Let me use the popular one, Yahoo guy and everything. That's the story that people are pushing out there. So why can't we use this medium? Why can't we use this power to push other things that is also happening here? So that people can actually, understand that this society is not all that bad. There's also good people here. There's also good things happening here and all that.
All right. So it brings forth the question about Homevida this year.
We have already announced all our winners on our social media platforms. We had 2 winners for the script and for the short script competition, 2 of them are going to receive the cash prize of 250k each. And for the skit and spoken word, the first person is going to get 150,000, and the second position is going to get 100,000. Yes, and they're all going to receive their awards during the Homevida Awards night.
When is that?
Which is on the 3rd of December.
It's on Tuesday next week.
Tuesday next week.
My Ivy.
Oh. All right. So very, very interesting that winners have come out for both the film, short film category, and the spoken words.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were talking about putting out your films out there, but a lot of people are wondering, how do I get to see this? Just in case for next year, I mean, to start preparing their minds, because I'm sure lots of people don't know about Homevida and how the workings are. So can you just let us know what your social media handles are, how people can check out your films, and basically everything they need to know about Homevida?
So our Instagram is Homevida. Our Instagram and Facebook is Homevida Awards, and our Twitter is also Homevida Awards. So everything is Homevida Awards. Our YouTube Homevida Awards.
Homevida Awards.
Yes, Homevida Awards, and our website is
Nnenna is thinking.
.homevida.org.
Okay, so do you put out just films that were awarded, or do you put out all entries?
No, so the winning scripts usually gets turned into short films. So those are the ones we produce.
Okay.
Those are the ones we put out.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Samuel.
Yeah. So like she said, is the winning film. Aside getting the cash prize, your script is also turned into a short film, which usually for the young filmmakers is you find out that some of them actually have some good scripts, but they don't have the capital, the resources to produce them. So Homevida gives them opportunity to have that added to their CV, saying, okay, so my scripts have written something that is now you can visualize, in the area of filmmaking. So for now on the Homevida YouTube channel, we only put out the films, the short film, the winning short films. But also on our blog, we also promote other films as well.
Okay.
On Homevida blog, yes, we also promote. We seek out for other films, other filmmakers that use their act to tell story on societal issues. We promote them on our social media and also on our blog as well. So yes, that's how we promote other ones as well.
So I'm sure somebody out there is curious about this. That is it possible that you have a group of filmmakers, young people who want to collaborate and submit? Maybe not for this year anymore, but in future. Because you've talked about filmmakers and scripts. Suppose I can't write scripts, and all I can say is hello. So the girl went outside, he came inside. That's my own type of film. Is there room to collaborate? Maybe a storyteller alongside with a professional script writer.
So that's actually what the Homevida script workshop does. So for the script competition, we're not looking for professional script writers. Exactly. So if you just have a story, if you understand the criteria, because we always have a criteria, So if you see the criteria and you think, okay, so I have a story that will be able to fit into this criteria. Once you're a winner, we now put you through. We now take you through that training phase where you are going to be mentored by script writers, professional script writers, professional director, professional producer, like seasoned filmmakers. And there you're now going to meet with other like minds. So over the years we've seen people coming together in that space and now start networking and start building their network. And they've gone ahead to now do some other works together.
Projects,
Exactly. So a lot of people that we're working with, okay, so like this year, part of our jury members that selected the winning scripts and even the winning skits. They were winners last years back, Yes, so you can see how they've grown from writing script. Some of them are now producers, some of them are now directors, some of them are now professional script writers. So that's the process, and they will tell you, I didn't understand what was happening in this space before, Homevida, but after that, I was able to network with people that gave me this opportunity to work in this space, and now, because on their own, maybe they didn't have the money to go all out, but when they meet with like minds, if I'm a script writer, and I come into a space where I can find another director and I have a producer, we already have a team. If you have your camera, like a good camera, you already have your production crew and you go ahead, which actually if happened, we've seen it happen during our script workshop, and you look at some movie credits, you see, two of them, like, okay, these people were maybe set of maybe 2017 or 2016. And when you call them up, they will say, oh, yeah, it's since then that we've been working together. And so that's what has been happening during the script workshop. So it's all about networking, actually.
All right, that's interesting. And I think it's a great job you're doing there at Homevida and churning out great movies that showcases talent, and not just the talent, but also the message being very strong and helping to change the narrative into a better one. We've been talking with Nnenna Eze, Homevida Communication Officer at the PPDC, and also Samuel Umejiaku, who is Homevida Partnership Manager. What will be your final words before you go? Let me start with you, Nnenna.
Well, I'm just going to give you a teaser on what the award is going to be like.
Exactly, we want to know
and
all about that.
Yeah, so it's going to be happening on the 3rd of December, which is next week Tuesday, like
Tuesday.
in 4 days. It's happening at the NAF Conference Center by 6 p.m. And we are going to be screening this year's short film, which is titled Tolani Went Ayo. Yes, a film on rape and sexual abuse. We're going to be screening it for the first time at the awards. I'm also going to be screening the winning skits on that day as well. Yes. So that's just...
That sounds really interesting already. I'm excited.
We're excited.
Samuel?
Yeah, Homevida Award is on 3rd this year, Tuesday next week. We will not forget to mention our partners that we are working with this year.
Please do mention them.
Luminate and Google as well. So they're the ones sponsoring this year's event, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be massive. You are asking for your tickets actually strictly by invitation, so
I know I'm on the list already.
Okay, so strictly by invitation, let me get
For the other
Wait,
people,
hold on, Femidi. Strictly by invitation, we're
we don't want
excluded.
anyone to come and get crashed.
Oh, okay, so the general public are not...
If they want to get invited, they can actually reach us on our social media handle.
Okay.
If you are engaging, and if you wow the people handling that but they can give you maybe...
This thing is starting to sound like a government something.
It's all good. Hello. Keep our fingers
So
crossed.
you're welcome.
All right.
Welcome.
So are you going to give us a hint about next year to start preparing people's minds, or would you rather just keep it sealed?
So next year,
because it's never too early to start preparing,
Yeah. So if you follow us on social media, you will actually not lose anything.
Okay.
So once after the 3rd, we'll start sending out, like a teaser of what next year will look like. Promotion of the short films we already have. Going to schools to reach out to these young people, telling them the opportunity that is available on the Homevida platform, and also sending them the like criteria for the next year event. But like we normally do, we work with public, private agencies, individuals, to come up with these criteria, because it depends on the theme. So right now we've not decided the thing we are going to be promoting next year.
Right.
But one thing for sure is that we will be promoting the ones we have.
Yeah.
So we'll be going to schools. So if you want us to be in your school, you might want to reach out to us and tell us why we should choose your school over the other ones that we already have.
All right, so those social media handles are very important again.
Yes, our Instagram and Facebook is Homevida Awards, and our Twitter is just Homevida.
Of course, your website is homevida.org.
Yes.
That should get me an extra plate, right?
Our YouTube page is Homevida. That's where you can find all our short films, and our blog is homevidablog.org.
All right, so go check them out and see how you can prepare yourself towards next year. Like I said, it's never too early to start preparing. It normally starts, the competition is open.
Usually starts in March.
In March, yeah.
So
within the first quarter of the year.
Yes, so that's when we normally send out, between March to June, we normally send out the criteria. Give people opportunity to even research.
And the age gap to
18 to 35.
18 to 35. So if you're within that age range, please.
And in Nigerian.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Be in
We
Nigeria.
don't want people coming to crash into our stuff. All right, thank you, Nnenna. And Samuel Umejiaku of Homevida. Nnenna is also the communications officer, and Samuel Umejiaku is the Homevida partnership manager. for putting up all of this, seeing to the sieving and getting to the part where you had to take out who the winners are. I mean, all the other ones are good too, you know,
Yes.
but I mean, at some point in time, someone has to be the winner,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so say congratulations to all the participants for this year Homevida competition. Well, on that note, we bring to an end the Budeshi segment that comes up every other time right here on the #1 top news and sports station. Even though if you have questions you want to ask, we'll quickly just give an opportunity. That is, if you do have a question or comment to make regarding all our discussion, we'll be glad to hear feedback on 094-600-951 or quickly send us a WhatsApp message and let's hear from you. But in the absence of that, then maybe we would still encourage you to go and check out the social media of Homevida. Homevida is what you said,
Yes,
right?
Homevida.
On all the platform, Instagram, Facebook.
Oh, Instagram and Facebook is Homevida Awards. Twitter
Okay.
is just Homevida.
Homevida. All right. So if you put those keywords, I'm sure you'll see,
Exactly.
and you will have the opportunity to follow and be abreast on any latest development. Once again, Nnenna, Samuel, thank you for coming over.
Thank you for having me.
And enjoy the rest of your day.
And you too.
Thank you, Mercy. All right.
That's a forgiving voice of Mercy.